Cheers to the people. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Late Night Live. I hope you all are more than well. I hope you all are fantastic. Beautiful violence this Saturday. Obviously, stateside memorandum of 9/11. We wish well to the families of those lost. Rest in peace. It's a real tragedy in this nation and still a day to be remembered and not be forgotten, of course. But we don't want to hyperfixate on the negative. We are focusing on the positive of beautiful, high-level combat this weekend. Obviously, Noche UFC, but still, we'll have some discussions about this boxing match between Canelo and Crawford. I broke down the fight. I gave you guys a prediction video earlier today. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll link it up at the end of this stream, and you guys can definitely go check it out. I'll also be doing a members stream after this for my hardcore savages. We're going to talk every single fight on the card. We're going to listen into the Canelo Crawford presser at some point. I'll put a headphone on and I'll just listen as we talk. And if there's any key moments that I want to bring up, I'll mention them throughout the show. I hope you guys are all quite well. I'm feeling good, guys. I did some push day today at the gym. Let me tell you, the strength is going up. 250 for 5 reps on incline bench at 185 pounds. Also did a double with 265 after. So I'm feeling quite strong. I am getting that goal. I set the goal of 265 times 4 by the end of the year. It's looking quite live to end up hitting. So very excited for that, man. I'm making it early enough, Hip Dicks. I want to have, all the folks get a chance to watch. Hey, what's up, Paku? Late Night Live. Let's go. Using an extra rib skin on my behalf. Thank you, Paku. We're pushing it to the limit. The content is nonstop. Stormy, Normie, and KZ, no. What's up, guys? What's up, Brady? Good to see you. Hernandez and Gordon locks. Respect future sequence. I agree with your picks. I agree with your high caliber analysis, bro. Where the hands at, bro? I've been throwing the fist on the streams, fucking around. I will box it up today. I did it earlier. I'll do it again today. If we hit a certain number of likes, I'll set the goal later in the stream. I don't want to sell myself short by setting any goal now. I am going to turn on the press conference for Canelo Crawford, not to highly watch every second of, but I do think worthwhile to have it in the ear when the shit starts. They did it, the press conference, first for the interim, not for the interim, excuse me, for the prelim fighters. And the other main car fights. Now they're going to have Canelo Crawford out. I'm like, why don't we just do it all at once or just only have those two? Because it was pretty bad press conference. I don't know if you guys watched the undercard presser. It was pretty bad. I feel like pretty bad's an understatement. It sucked. It was a 1 out of 10 as far as entertainment value. It was pretty bad. I'm having a great one, Adam Gomez. Garage J, listen, it depends on the likes. We'll see. We'll see. You still think Reese is underpriced? I've been saying for years that SD isn't UFC level and there's no reason he should still be signed. Reese has some skills and should look dominant, look 600. I hope you're right, Paku, because I'm picking him. I hope you're right, brother. All right, let me bring up MMA Fight Center. Let's have some good banter. We'll talk about every fight on the card. Obviously, starting first with the Ultimate Fighter finale taking place. All right. Let me throw the polls up real quick, and then I'll get the tail of the tape set, and then we'll be good to go. What up, YouTube? What's up, guys? Good to see you all. Good to see all the fine folks in chat. All right. Get your votes in now, lads. The poll is up. I'm going to get ready to talk about everything. Of course, ask whatever you'd like. We'll talk the full card. We'll also have our eye on this Canelo Crawford press conference. Starting it off, we have Rodrigo Sezinando versus Danil Donchenko. Fight here at 170 pounds. High-tier striking prospect in Donchenko. Both guys, good performances and dominant on The Ultimate Fighter. But Donchenko just gave the aura of a higher level of violent style, more pressure in the striking, more danger in the stand-up. And I feel like he jumps out the page as like somebody to watch as far as entertainment value, but also a like legit striking game that could give problems to a lot of young welterweights. Now, of course, he's very young. Only 24 years of age for Danil Donchenko. The Ultimate Fighter needs somebody to actually do okay in the UFC. Obviously, Brian Battle, I guess, did all right, but now he's cut. We need a winner from the Ultimate Fighter that has potential to be like a world champion. This might be the only hope, at least of, the recent seasons past, because it's been a very long time. As of now, most would agree, most pundits, I would say, most casuals alike, would agree that the higher level talent comes from Dana White's Contender Series. But I don't think so with Donchenko. I think Donchenko is a special striker. And as long as his takedown defense holds up, which I anticipate that it will, I think he's going to do damage on the feet. I think he's going to land big shots on the feet. I think he's going to hurt Sezinando striking in this matchup. And I'm going with Donchenko to get the hand raised. I'm going with Donchenko to do some damage. But argument is, does he finish the fight? I'll say my foresight tells me a little bit wary on if or if not. Reason being as such is I think Sezinando is in pretty capable physical condition. I think he's a pretty durable guy, and he wants this fucking dream bad too. But Donchenko should be the more well-versed striker. You don't mind the dog here? You didn't tape this fight because you hate tough? I understand. The Ultimate Fighter hasn't brought heat in a long time, but I feel like Donchenko's somebody that actually's got something. You think Sezinando by boring us to death? My God, I hope not. The dog is DC's guy, yes. Please no. Please no. I really am rooting for Donchenko hard here. Minus 225 for Danil Donchenko. I expect him to have bigger striking moments throughout the fight, and I will anticipate that those moments should be enough to score him a victory on the judges' scorecards or a knockout, potentially. Both live methods of outcome. So the pick for me, the pick for many, Donchenko. 71% of the chat agrees. I'm just going to close out the poll. I don't think anybody wants us to spend too much time on this fight. You're going plus 180, round 3 decision. Not bad. That's fair, Kimura. AJ, you savage. What's up? Hello, I'm Claudio. Are there any props that you guys like for this fight? I just personally am on the stay away side, but maybe you like knockout win for Donchenko. Maybe you like over a round and a half, something of that. Of course, I'm with my cousin, Donchenko. Of course, I got to rep my cousin, Donchenko. AJ, the Savage stream, you know what it is, bro. It's consistent content every single day, multiple times a day. This is second stream of the day, third content piece for your boy, and I got a fourth coming up after this. I got a fourth coming up after this. Stay away is the right bet for this one. Respect. I really believe in Donchenko's high caliber potential. I'm rooting for him hard, chat. I'm rooting for him real hard. I'm a fan of the prospect. And I got to root for it. I have to. I have to root for the prospect. I believe the prospect can do this. I believe in the prospect. Bam. Let's keep on running up the card. Get you votes in the poll. We got Montserrat Rendon versus Elise Pereira. I'll go with Elise Pereira. Can I be real with you, chat? It's not a fight that overexcites me. It's not a fight that tickles my fancy in the slightest. Sorry that I'm standing up. I'm grabbing something. It's not a fight that has me thinking, wow, I can't wait to watch. It's a fight that I would probably rather not have to sit down and break down. I'd rather not have to do a pick on. I'm listening to the press conference, which is why I got something in my ear. But yeah, I'll anticipate a win on the side of the prospect, but she's not even 20. She's completely unproven. I don't know how good she is. I mean, her tape looks okay. She seems to be capable in kickboxing with a Muay Thai-ish Brazilian style. Seems to be capable in grappling. Montserrat Rendon's not that good. So betting wise, I'm not interested at all. I think this is a low-level women's MMA fight between a prospect that could be and someone in Rendon who's okay. We don't know. So the side of Pereira is the pick. We'll find out everything we need to know come fight day. Outside of that, you're just kind of playing with fire. Now, she is sitting at a minus 140 favorite status. Is it a good bet? I don't think so because she's completely unproven, but there's an argument. The line opened at 400. Yeah, minus 400. And now you're sitting at minus 140. And then, like, why are people so confident in Rendon? When has Rendon really been impressive? I mean, her last two fights are split decision wins against Brittany Cloudy and Tamaris Vidal with a loss to Zaria Zelenjniakova. And Zelenjniakova is, you know, not all that neither. Zelenjniakova is not all that. I guess Zelenjniakova does have some hands, though. She did knock out Melissa Mullins. Or she beat her by a decision, but she also beat Mullins. I just would stay away. I'm not into it. Women's debut versus the worst score on the roster. Gamblers helpline for anyone laying down in this one. Yeah, I'm going to choose to stay on the safe side, which is not betting something like this. I would not recommend it. But Pereira is the pick. Prediction-wise, I think it makes sense. But ultimately, gambling money on that fight, you're probably better off not doing that. You're definitely better off not doing that in all actuality. Boom, 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 boom. I've been so hyper fixated on the Canelo fight that I just feel more anticipation to talk about that than these prelims. I won't lie to you. I'll be 100% real. I mean, why would I lie? There's no reason to. Currently waiting on the presser to start. It hasn't yet. All right, get your votes in. Let's get to the next fight. Up next, we have a battle of flyweights, 14-4 and a minus 400 favorite status. Alessandro Costa versus solid up-and-comer Alden Coria, but I just don't think Alden's ready for this level, man. It's like Alessandro Costa, he's not a guy you debut against in the flyweight division. And this is a real opinion from me. Alessandro Costa is quite good. Easy to shit on him, but he's quite good. You really think about his ranking inside of this flyweight division. I'll pull up the rankings right now. Looking at the UFC rankings, unofficial rankings, of course, I'm just using Tapology, but he's ranked around what? The 30-something mark? I got to verify my email to see everything. Are you fucking kidding me? Annoying me. My God, dude. Fuck, Tapology. Can you cut the bullshit? You're just pissing me off, Tapology. Now I'm annoyed. Now I don't give a fuck. Now I don't give a rat's ass. You know what? Fuck that. I didn't verify my email. Whatever. At the end of the day, Costa's a top 25. He beat Borjas. He's beaten Ronaldo Rodriguez. He's live against a lot of decent guys in the weight class. I don't think Alden Coria is jumping into the mix of high level. So I don't know. Maybe in a couple of years, but he's only 27. Recently lost the fight to a guy who's 5'2". The fuck, man. The fuck. Give me Costa. I think Costa can land bigger shots. Costa can take him down. I think Costa can beat him up. What the fuck? Alden looks okay with his hands. He can mix it up a bit, but come on, man. It's not, I'm going to beat Alessandro Costa in my UFC debut on short notice level. Not for me. I don't buy it. Yeah, Costa's a big favorite. Of course, he's minus 430. Alden plus 330. Costa could get a finish. Inside distance, Costa plus 120. I mean, his UFC wins are finishes. 5 KOs opposite 6 submissions. It's definitely a chance. Huh. Interesting thought, right? Alden has only been submitted once of his 3 losses. He got choked out in the LFA back in 2022. There's a chance, though. There's a possibility. There's a possibility Costa beats him by finish. But either way, I think Costa with the hand raised makes the most sense here. Definitely. Yeah, unverified, Jay. Got me frustrated, Jay. It is what it is. I like Alessandro Costa. I think he's an aggressive striker with dangerous overhand shots, heavy leg kicks, and a capable enough ground game. I think that he should beat an unproven prospect like Alden Coria. Is this fucking press conference started for anybody, or is my shit just glitching out? What the fuck? Sitting here waiting in the wings like, what? Is it happening? I don't know. All right. Costa wins the poll at 81%. No surprises there. Let's scroll. I want to get through these fucking prelims, man. Prelims that don't tickle me fancy. That's what's going on here. I got to turn on my AC unit, bro. I'm getting fucking warm. Ooh, 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 ooh. God bless this AC unit. God bless this AC unit. All right. Let's keep staying hyper fixated. Chat, entertain me a bit. Ask me some crazy shit. Ask me some crazy shit. Who do I got? Ginger or Bud? I'm going with Bud over the Ginger. Over 2.5 is your call. Costa KO. I just feel like I couldn't risk Costa KO. Over's live. Pereira was fed cans. Rendon is at least experienced with real fights. True statement by AJ in chat. True. True. The next fight on the card. The poll is up. We have Zachary Reese versus Cedric Dumas. I'm picking the side of Zachary Reese. I feel like he's going to go out there and win. More capable MMA fighter, I think. More explosive, more athletic, trickier submission threat, but I don't know. He could definitely get caught on the feet. Doesn't have the greatest punch resistance, it seems. Dumas on the opposite end is always in legal trouble. You could say he's fighting for, more than just a couple bucks now, as he's got $12 in his account and he's hoping to turn shit around. I guess that could bring a supreme dog out of him. But Reese should be a little sharper with the submission threat, though Dumas has deceptive skills in wrestling and deceptive striking, not in a capacity of being hyper elite or anything towards that. But I think it's easy to hyper fixate on the losses for Dumas and think that he's complete shit. But his losses are against Oleg Jacek, who would knock Zach Reese out. And he also lost to Nursultan Riziboyev, who I think would beat Zach Reese as well. And there was a bad eye poke in that fight. So like Cedric Dumas, easy to hate on him because of his out-of-cage antics. I'm not telling you like him, but he isn't the craziest underdog ever. I'm still picking Zach Reese. I feel pretty good about him winning because I don't know where Dumas's head is at. But there has been like the Dumas Brundage performance that makes me think, But then he gets choked out by Josh Fremd. It's more the mental lapses are way too big of a, mountain to climb for me to make a prediction towards Dumas. But I'm just saying. The pick is Zach Reese. I think Zach Reese subs him. I think Zach Reese has a capable game. Striking-wise, she'll land some big kicks. But I could see Dumas clubbing him with a punch, though. Every time I talk about this fight, I don't know. I think Dumas could catch him still. I just really don't think Zach Reese is all that. I'd say he's a bit overrated. Zach Reese is overrated. And the more this week goes on, after Finch, I talked to him. I'm like, oh, maybe Reese. Now I'm like, I don't know with Zach Reese, though. he's kind of shit, man. He struggled with Todorović, got taken down by Medina. I think Cedric Dumas, if you match him up with the competition of Zach Reese, how does Cedric Dumas do? This is a real question. How does Cedric Dumas do against Zach Reese's UFC wins? Julian Marquez, completely washed. I don't think he knocks him out as impressively, but I would pick Cedric. Medina, Cedric, Dushko, Cedric. Now, I think he lose to Azamat Pakoyev, but he beat Cody Brundage, who knocked out Zach Reese in his UFC debut. On the flip side, how would Zach Reese do with the opponents of Cedric? Josh Fremd, I could see Reese beating Josh Fremd. Cody Brundage, you obviously lost to him. Abu Azaitar, I would pick Reese. Nursultan Riziboyev, I would pick Riziboyev. Dennis Tululin, I'd probably pick Reese over Tululin. Oleg Jacek, I'd pick Oleg Jacek. So where I'm going with it is you're paying, a little bit of an elevated price at minus 240 for a fight that potentially is more of a minus 135. That's really where I'm going with it. You're potentially paying a little heavy for a guy in Dumas that he really is fighting for his fucking life at this point because he's got no money in his bank account. So just something I had to mention, though I'm picking Zach Reese at this moment, in the back of my mind, I'm like, Dumas isn't at that much of a skill disparity. You just came from training with Torres Finney. The gig is up, man. Did you actually, James Corn? That's crazy. You know, AJ, I agree with you on the Dumas pick, but I really think Dumas is going to win this. He's 3 months behind on rent, wants to save for GTA 6. Bet the house on Dumas. We'll see, man. You never know, though, with Cedric Dumas, where the mental side is. Is there a lapse, a thing like that? I don't know. So the press conference is on or not yet? My God. Dumas is not a martial artist. He's a thug that clearly is not focused on fighting. Reese is improving, locked in, and has skills. Fair. My initial reason for picking Reese is a more disciplined and dedicated martial artist. So I will favor. I'll favor Reese, but the apprehension is he's not that good. But I think he can get a submission. I think he can win. I don't think Dumas is disciplined. You doubt Dumas is developed. That's fair. So the pick is Reese. Nothing's changed. I'm not picking against him, but I just wanted to give some, live reasoning of what I'm really feeling about this fight. Kind of just ramble on about it for a bit so I can give you guys a little more in-depth look at my mindset with this matchup. You guys get what I'm saying, though, chat, yes? I got the press conference in 1 year. Finally, they're getting ready to start. Makes me wonder if Dumas is 100% locked in. You have to be locked in this game. Agreed. Let's go. 100% get what you're saying. There's always two sides. You have to take both in consideration. Thank you, Paku, my guy. Let's go. Get your votes in for this next one. But yeah, Reese should win. Reese by sub is live. I still am picking Reese by sub. Let's keep it moving up the card. Next one. Jesus Aguilar versus Luis Gurule. So I'm predicting Luis Gurule to win, but there's red flag written all over Luis Gurule. And it's not the Ode Osborne knockout loss. It's the split decision against Nick Piccinini. In the back of my mind, there has to be a slight worry if Aguilar is at this point, 5 UFC fights to the 1 of Luis Gurule, could end up giving him a confidence edge and Gurule making some type of mistake. gets caught in a gilly. I mean, we have seen a lot of submissions, 7 wins by sub for the side of Aguilar, and the gilly is his go-to move. Officially, he has 5 gillies, but he might have 6 because one of his wins early in his career just says submission. Doesn't say the exact method, but I wouldn't be surprised if he won that shit by gilly. And he's good at winning as an underdog. He's got a very awkward, submission threat. Little short arms, 5'4", 62.5-inch reach, but the Mexican heart is large on this man. But I feel like Gurule should be the better athlete. Gurule should be the better kickboxer. Wrestling-wise, Gurule might have a better threat of takedown, but he's at risk of getting caught in a submission, and he doesn't have a lot of UFC experience, whereas Aguilar has the rounds. At the end of the day, went, 3 rounds with Mateus Mendoza, went 3 rounds with Rafael Estevam, lost to Tatsuro Taira in his UFC debut. He hasn't really beaten anybody notable, to be fair. But he's a tough dude. He doesn't quit on himself ever. So Gurule better be ready for 3 hard. That's how I feel about this fight. Gurule must be ready for 3 hard. I like Gurule by decision, but I think Aguilar by submission is a live threat. Canelo making the walk into the press conference as we speak. And we are Mexican Independence Day. Aguilar from Mexico. Gurule should have better stand-up, though. And I think if he can keep it striking and he doesn't rush the takedown, he can win. Bet I've been looking at all week is Aguilar inside distance, decision, no action. I seen you have Aguilar sub prop, and that kind of lines up my bet. I'm just counting for his durability. I think that's what it comes down to, Paku. Does Gurule knock him out? I lean no. I think Gurule wins the decision. That's my official pick. But the possibility of Gurule shooting a takedown, getting caught, shit happens, man. This Canelo Crawford presser is on. But yeah, Gurule, he's the prediction, but I wouldn't money line chase. 2-1 favorite, Gurule. Over 2.5, minus 162. Aguilar finish only. So Aguilar scorecards equal no action. Plus 105. Paku's bet. Shout out to Paku. Where's my boy at? This is high quality analysis by him, and I think that's a solid idea. Submission win for Aguilar. Plus 450. The fuck they putting commercials on this press conference? My God. I feel great. I'm listening to Canelo in my ear. If you're wondering why I got a headphone on. Aguilar by sub is live. If Aguilar wins, it's probably a sub. But I think Gurule can win a decision. Chad is actually on the underdog. Not missing much as a few MFs from Canelo. I'm listening to him in my ear. You're the only one not interested in the boxing match. It's a really high-level boxing match. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to throw the ladies poll up in the next one. Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. I'm picking Tatiana. I think that if you're picking Lemos, I understand. She's an explosive striker. She's dangerous as hell with calf kicks. And, she does have real power, though, for the women's weight classes, especially women's strawweight. Where I think she really runs into substantial trouble is when Suarez gets a hold of her. It's easy to look and say, well, Suarez struggled with Wei Li, so now she's not going to get a takedown here. She got fraud checked, etc., etc. I believe that Wei Li Zhang is a one-of-a-kind fighter, and I think that Tatiana Suarez wrestling game against everybody else in the weight class, for the most part, is probably the secret weapon. I'm hard-pressed to expect an Amanda Lemos to stay off her back for a substantial amount of time. I'm hard-pressed to assume that Amanda Lemos is getting off a shot that does substantial damage to Tatiana Suarez. I anticipate Suarez to maul her when they tie up. I think Suarez gets her down. I think Suarez dominates on the ground. And I think Suarez is quite live to win this fight by a submission. Now, if she grinded out a decision, that's not the craziest thing ever, but submission speaks to me at plus 130 as a live probability. Looking at the money line around minus 470, yes, it's a fat favorite call, but I really feel as though Suarez is probably the second best strawweight in the UFC, and her style is incredibly difficult to deal with for strikers. Suarez versus Jandiroba is very intriguing because both girls are nasty on the ground. Even potentially Suarez versus a Mackenzie Dern. Lemos has okay grappling. I mean, she's got good grappling on a scale of average level, right? For a striker, she has good grappling, but she's taking on a true specialist grappler in Susarkev. Looking at the chat. In Suarez, I think Suarez is going out there and doing a thing. I think Suarez, take down, beat her up, wear on her, drag this one out, fatigue her, and sub her. You think Lemos' only hope is to throw up a risky sub? Even that, I can't see her getting anything from the bottom. Hey, Hernandez, a.k.a. Susarkev in chat. Suarez is a majority of the chat's pick. I think that she handles 63%. Hey, they got the GOAT translator translating for Canelo right now. I think she goes for a guillotine. It looks close, but then Suarez just dominates her for the rest. Respect. Only way you see Lemos winning is finish. Yeah, I definitely don't think she wins a hard-fought three-rounder. What's up, Gunnar Simmons? What's up, buddy? All right, let's keep running. All right. All right, all right. Poll is up. Next fight, we got Claudio Puelles versus Joaquim Silva. I'm picking the takedown threat of Puelles to get a testy decision, but I'm not interested in the betting side. Joaquim Silva is jacked, strong, shredded, and powerful, but he's not sensational. Puelles is very inconsistent, but he does have a really good ground game. I really don't care about the betting side of this fight. I'll make a prediction. I will predict that Puelles wins a competitive decision. Could potentially lock up some type of leg entanglement. Watch out for ankle locks, knee bars, heel hooks. I favor Puelles' jiu-jitsu over Silva's. I favor Silva's punch power over Puelles' striking, but I am not per se blown away by Joaquim Silva's ability to stand up. I don't think that Joaquim Silva is that amazing. I mean, he's got some power. Puelles, I mean, he almost beat Dan Hooker with a knee bar, gave Fares Ziam a run for his money. I just can't pick against him. And I said I'll never pick a guard polar again. Well, here I am here picking Puelles. Puelles is a jits guy, yeah. Maybe Puelles gets TKO'd going for a leg. I hope not, but possible. I like Puelles. Fuck the betting side, though. Gambling, eh. Mid-can versus mid-can or whatever, nothing burger. Yeah. So I'll pick Puelles at even money. I really don't want to spend too much time on fights I don't feel I care about. I'm rooting for Terrence Crawford to beat Alvarez. I think it's 12 hard rounds. He actually ripped Dan Hooker's knee apart. Any other fighter that is not Dan Hooker would have tapped. So let's give Puelles some respect for his abilities. I'm excited for Terrence Crawford, man. Terrence Crawford looks ready, man. Dana getting asked the question at the presser. He's asking about Ilia Topuria. Can we expect some crossover boxing matches? I certainly hope not, Dana says. Crypto got you hype right now? Hey, let's go, Trev Bot. Puelles reminds me of Ryan Hall type, very high level in his game, but not an all-rounder. Ryan Hall was elite with his game. I think there's more physicality, though, on the Puelles side. Turkey is trying to get a word in. I see that. Oh, Dana's getting asked about the Muhammad Ali format. Oh, this is a good question. Dana denies it. He said we can set up an interview. California State Athletic Commission. They're fighting against the Ali Act. First Amendment, it's America, baby. If TKO can't make the... Will Dana compete in the market if they can't make the changes? Dana's talking shit. Dana's saying this is it. Dana's getting pressed heavy. Dana's pissed. We have a ring in the gym. Canelo's funny, man. The next fight, Jose Medina, Dushko Todorović. This press is heating up when they start attacking Dana. Dana's hating it, bro, right? He's used to the controlled shit, KZ. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going with Dushko Todorović to win against Jose Medina. Dana did get fraud checked. Dana froze, chat. Dana pressed by that fucking journalist. Respect to that guy. I'm going with Todorović. I think he wins the decision. I'm rooting for Jose Medina, but Todorović should be better, more well-versed, more talented. Medina's a tough dude. He's a tough dude. He can slug some punches. He can take some, can land a takedown or two, but I think Todorović is the better wrestler. Todorović is the better boxer. Dana saw a ghost. He looked nervous, El Bosch. Thank you for 199. It's the first time we really seen Dana freeze like that. Dana was frozen. Thank you for 199, bro. Hey, shout out to Trevbot's crypto picks with Ando. Is it up big right now, Trevbot? Turkey gonna have that guy disappear. I think Todorović wins the boxing exchanges. I think Todorović freezes Medina a bit on the feet. Dana frozen like Elsa is so real. Referee Kenny Bayless is asking a question. Kenny Bayless just says, God bless you both. Why is Dana up there? He's promoting this shit. You got Mexico, Gravones goes crazy. Holy shit. But yeah, I think that Todorović is better. Come on, bro. Medina is a punching bag. Medina's 11-5. I mean, he doesn't really have any wins that are good. Any good fighter he's fought, he's lost to. 0-3 with, the contender series included. Tepagatier knocked him out bad. Todorović is not high level, but he's still 3-6 in the UFC. He was a prospect with some pop to watch. I picked Gurule, but I think Aguilar is live for sub. Todorović is a big favorite, minus 380, because he's actually got skill. Medina's just tough. Hey, let's go, Trevbot. All right, I'll look at Ando. Luke Thomas loved it. I don't blame him, though. I like the pressure. This presser is great. I'm loving it. I'm listening to it. Favorite performance on Contender Series? I like that Asplund KO. That was fun. Todorović is the chat's pick at 75%. Dana should have to answer the tough questions. He probably doesn't want to, not be prepared for it. That's why he wants to do an interview. Dana's going politician mode on our asses. Bro, the boxing media is better. It's open. Oh, shit. Is Terrence ready to feel the Mexican power? Oh, yeah. Terrence looks ready, too. Gotta love this shit. Good presser, man. Good presser. Dana, yeah, he wants his Nelk Boy cupcake questions. Dana loves free speech, but not when he's pressed. It's true shit, Casey. Let's start off the main card. Santiago Luna versus Quang Le. I picked Quang Le because Santiago Luna is completely unproven at a high level, but he does seem to be in pretty great shape for this fight. He's definitely a prospect to watch. It's tough to say. I mean, Quang Le, I have a little bit of a bias towards Quang Le. I've been a fan for a bit. If Luna can wrestle Quang Le up, that could be Quang Le's most tragic downfall. Quang Le could struggle with the takedown. Even Saul Guerrero gave him trouble with wrestling back in 2023. He beat Bolaños on the ground last time. He was supposed to fight a striker and David Martinez here. Santiago Luna is a young prospect, man. I don't know. As this fight gets closer and I see Santiago here, he looks in shape. I feel like picking Quang Le is like a worrisome pick because Luna could have a lot of upside. He's unproven, but he's going to have the Mexican grit on his side. He's an aggressive fighter. He's never gone the distance. He's only been out of the first round in half of his fights. All right, so half of his fights out of the first round. Third round only twice. As an amateur, he was 3-0. As a pro, he's 6-0. He's 21, though. He hasn't fought anybody. We don't know. But is Quang Le at 33 a prospect to pick? Is my pick off on this one? This is one to think about with Santiago Luna's aggressive wrestling. I'm thinking back. I didn't think about this earlier, but I'm thinking back to that Quang Le split decision win against Sal Guerrero, by the way. I fucking botched his name. He was getting wrestle fucked in that fight. I remember that. It's tough to say. I like Quang Le's pop. I like his stand-up game. But he is 33. He's fighting a guy that can grapple. He was preparing for a striker. He could end up getting handled on the mat by a very fit Mexican prospect. Yeah, the Quang Le pick is getting less desirable for me as the week goes on. Now, the worry with Luna is the weight cut. His last fight was at 45, but he's only 21. He'll be fine. Santiago Luna might be the better pick, man. Canelo is cool as hell. Respect to Canelo. I'm listening to this presser right now. I'm listening to it right now. Yeah, the Quang Le pick is feeling worse as the week goes on, not better, which I don't like. When's the weigh-in? Tomorrow at 6 are the ceremonials. Quang Bang Lee. If I pick flip, Lee's guaranteed to win. Maybe I got to do it. We'll see tomorrow how I feel after the weigh-ins. But I do have some anxiousness about Quang Le. I could see him getting out wrestled. Santiago Luna's good. Quang Le's okay. What do you guys think, chat? Any hard takes on Luna? I don't feel like we see a ton of Luna confidence in chat. You think Lee should win? No press comes for this event. I know it's not a numbered, but it's Noche. Yeah, but it's not a stacked Noche. And the boxing is overshadowing it. I mean, Dana's literally hosting the boxing presser. What's up, Void? Hey, guys, we're at 35 likes. Let's get 40 up in here. Dana's honored. I'm honored for you, Mr. Dana. Brian McIntyre getting a question. Bomac's a great coach. Even though he wasn't a good boxer, he's a good coach. He was 7-14 as a boxer. I think McIntyre's right. I'm team fucking Crawford, chat. Yeah, if it was a regular Noche card, it would have better fights. I picked Quang Le all week, but I might pick flip tomorrow after the weigh-ins. We'll see. I'm unsure. Luna looks good. Luna looks in shape, and he's really impressive with finishes. And Quang Le preparing for a striker worries me. Brian Battle off to PFL. No, it's not Crawford's dad, but he's been with him forever. You know, he's with his whole crew that he did amateurs with at his first gym. Really cool. There's something to be said about that. Luna's been in trouble before and stay composed. He's good. So you think he's handling Quang? We might pick flip it. We'll see. Poll up for the next one. Lee wins the poll, though, of the last fight. Let's jump to the next one as I'm listening to this presser. Hernandez and Diego Ferreira. I like Hernandez. I like Hernandez on a roll right now. I like Hernandez speed. I like Hernandez footwork. I like his takedown defense and his striking game. A confident Hernandez is good. I'm sober, Jay. Void M8, bro. 36 days now. I'm chilling off the rips completely, my friend. I'm just enjoying life. Hernandez, man. He's my favorite dog. He's a close money dog, but he's my favorite. I like him here. Sober on point, Jay. Let's go. I think Hernandez is going to look good here. I like my pick of Hernandez a lot. Ferreira KOing Johnson and Rebeshki worries me a lot. Fair. But I think Hernandez has a solid chin at 55. He's going to be a lot quicker. His kickboxing is more technical. His takedown defense is there. I think Diego Ferreira needs this on the ground. True, Johnson did look good against Huber. I like Hernandez with a speed advantage beating the 40-year-old here. I like Hernandez. I'm looking forward to this shit. This is a really good fight. It's one of the best fights in the card. Of everything we've talked about, I feel like this is the one that gets me potentially most hype. From what we've talked about, I'd say this so far is my most excited matchup. Outside of the main and co-main event, I mean, this might be my most hyped fight on the card. Shit. All right. Hernandez. Yeah, I think Hernandez got this, guys. Two prospect killers going at it. I like this fight. I'm picking Hernandez, but Furr's wins scares you a bit. Stares at you. I like Furr late. If he gets past 7 minutes, he should take over. A live bet on Furr if he loses the first. Respect. I really look forward to this fight. This fight has me hyped. Hernandez is the chat pick at 65%. He's a minus 105 money line here. Campfire conversations. That's funny. Some of you guys like Stoltzfus. We're about to get to that fight next. Let's see. Let's get to the next one. All right, next fight on the card. We keep moving up. We're on the main card. We have Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. I'm picking Gastelum to get a decision. I think this fight goes over 2.5. I think Gastelum's boxing is better and his wrestling, but Stoltzfus does have the physicality edge. He's got decent kicking. His striking is solid. I mean, he's a kickboxer. It's just, feel like Gastelum's better with his hands. I just worry about Gastelum's fitness. I always worry about Gastelum's mental side. Like, how dialed in is he for this shit? A lot of the time, Gastelum seems almost like he's half-assing. He seems to be 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. But he definitely never quits on himself, which tells me he still wants to win. And with that, I'm going to pick him on the cards to win in a competitive manner. But it is crazy that I'm actually feeling a bit torn between Gastelum and a guy that in Gastelum's prime couldn't have even stood 2 rounds with him. It's crazy that they're the same age, but Gastelum has such a storied career. You're picking against him for all the reasons. Respect if you're picking against Gastelum. If Gastelum loses, where does he go from there? It'd be very hard to rebuild. He should probably retire. With a win, he could retire as well. I feel like he's going to win a close decision, but he could end up selling and losing. I feel like Gastelum could do just enough, though, to win. I think his hands could work. Come on. I think Gastelum's better, man. Stoltzfus is not that good. Has Kelvin been training? If so, how locked in is he? I don't know. Yeah. If he's in camp training, I pick him. AJ hating on Stoltzfus. Gastelum in his prime wouldn't finish Stoltzfus. Y'all act like he got mad power. Bro, I think Gastelum in his prime would destroy Stoltzfus. I like Stoltzfus' chances. I mean, excuse me. I like Gastelum's chances. And I like over 2.5. Gastelum minus 250 as the favorite. You're looking at the over rounds, which I think is likely. I think they go distance. That's a sneaky over 2.5 at minus 205. Dumas motivated by money. Gastelum motivated by tacos is funny as fuck. Makes me laugh how you say Stoltzfus. Stoltzfus. Stoltzfus? Stoltzfus. Dude, Gastelum's been around forever, man. You slow down. I like over 2.5. I like over. I think it goes over 2.5. Chat is on the Gastelum side. He still took bombs from Pfeiffer, though, and didn't lay down. He could have easily laid down. But he chose to continue fighting because obviously he's not done with wanting to win, regardless of how hard maybe he's working on his diet. Featured fight of the night: Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon. I'm going with Jared Gordon with some confidence, man. I like his hands a lot in this fight. He's the better combination puncher. He's the faster boxer. He's got more power. He's going to be accurate. On the opposite side, Rafa Garcia is okay. He's got some hands on him, but he's not the quickest puncher. He's not the best wrestler. I really think Jared Gordon has more upside to his skill set. And I think that Gordon still's in his prime at 37, coming off a big finish against Thiago Moises. The confidence has to be high. Even the loss to Nasrat Haqparast easily could go his way. And then Haqparast beats, Esteban Ribovics, who's a blue chip prospect. I really think Jared Gordon's got the goods. I don't think he's losing to Rafa Garcia. I think Gordon's going to be able to box him up. I think Gordon looks sharp with his hands. I think Gordon puts on a decent performance and wins. I think it looks similar to the Grutzemacher loss for Garcia. Loses a boxing heavy decision to Jared Gordon, who I just think has a better skill set. Sharper stand up, more accurate, in shape, ready for 3 hard. Gordon KO plus 650 for some reason. Well, Rafa Garcia got that Mexican chin, man. He's not chinny at all. He's not chinny in the slightest. Love Gordon. Lots of threats. Punches in combination is slick. I'm saying, Paco, I'm with you completely. Gordon is part of the 2-leg lock parlay. I think Jared Gordon is a good confidence pick. I think he's a lock. I don't see him losing to Rafa Garcia. Minus 260 is the favorite. I think it's deserved odds for the skill set that he brings to the table. He's got a clear advantage in boxing here. And I don't think Rafa Garcia has the wrestling to threaten Gordon in that area, nor the power to give him a substantial striking threat that stifles his offense. So I like the chances of Gordon with the hand raised at the end of it. Chat agrees with 90% on the side of Gordon. Wow. Big chat pick towards Gordon. Hey, guys, if you're watching and enjoying, make sure you guys hit that like button. I hope he doesn't get robbed again, MJ. I don't think this one. No, I like his chances here. I think he does well in this spot. Noche UFC. Molly boxing match. Molly McCann's doing a boxing match. I didn't know Molly McCann was boxing. Garcia would have to make close rounds for him to get a robbery. They cleared 30-27 Gordon, so it shouldn't matter. That's what I'm thinking too, Paku. Pay the rent parlay. I mean, if you're talking about the lock, Gordon, and then one more we'll talk about momentarily. Let's jump up to the co-main event. Co-main event, Rob Font, David Martinez. The odds are now even for these two, which is kind of crazy. Rob Font has a shitload of UFC experience, but he's shown obvious signs of slowing down in recent years. Even the Matsumoto fight barely won. The fake glove touch was a big enhancement to get him the W. And when I look at this matchup, David Martinez is a dangerous kicking skill set. He's got good darting in and out of range with the karate striking background, very good footwork. He's explosive, given up a good amount of reach, but Rob Font's jab has looked less effective than ever before. I think there's a slowed reflex with Rob Font now towards the end of his fighting career. I feel like Martinez could give him trouble. I don't like Martinez's second UFC fight being this, but I really don't love where Rob Font is at right now. I don't believe he's a top 10 fighter in the UFC bantamweight division anymore. I think he's towards the final run of his career. It's really about, can Martinez go a 3 hard, deal with the boxing of Font, and counter it? He does attack the arms quite well with his high kick attempts. I'm curious if he wears on those arms. The difference between like a Martinez and a Matsumoto, though Matsumoto had success against Rob Font, his punching in range is shorter, doesn't have the same ability to land shots. Wrestling might be a bit better, but the kicking is more explosive and deadly for Martinez. I feel very torn on this fight, but I think Martinez wins. Something told me Martinez here, guys. I think Martinez can beat Font. Now, I don't give a shit about the betting side here at minus 110. I think Martinez should be a plus 200 underdog. I don't understand why it's so close. It almost makes you want to bet Rob Font because you're getting him at value of minus 110 where he should probably be a favorite because of his UFC tenure. But I think it's more about timing. And I think Martinez is now and Font is a few years ago. Martinez can win a decision too. I feel like Font does the chicken dance every punch, and I can see Martinez hurting him. I mean, I think about Marlon Vera beating Rob Font. I'm like, I think Martinez can pull through. Best jab in the game, Font. I don't think his jab is as good as it once was at all. At one point, I'd say hell yes. Dana's taking 2 more questions. Is Canelo the greatest boxer in the history of Mexico? Wow. Dern and Verna fight, I feel torn. You like Martinez KO at plus 500? Could see him landing a high kick. He's got pretty sharp high kicks. Let's fucking go, Terp. What's up, man? I don't like the betting side at all of this fight, but I'm picking Martinez to pull through. It's the last question of the press conference going down right now. I like Martinez's karate base. I like his kicks. I like his ability to close the gap. Bro, I hate that the UFC runs live ads on their streams. This is so stupid. It's like, what the hell, man? Do they really need the ad revenue from this? My God. I don't understand what the fuck this guy's asking. If they had a twin brother and they were both throwing UFC and boxing this weekend, I would say, well, that's fucking weird. Never forgive the UFC for commercials between rounds. feel like we don't complain about this enough. It has to stop. I complain about it often, Kimura. You've seen on the Fight Companions me bitching about it. It irritates me. The contract between Canelo and Turkey is more than 100 million. Bro, boxing really is prize fighting 100 million. My God. Terrence Crawford shouts out his Latino and Mexican fans. He's shouting out Turkey Al Sheikh. Damn. That press conference was pretty flat, besides Dana getting pressed. Max Kellerman saying boxing's entering a golden age right now because of this fight. I mean, boxing is definitely alive again. My God. Dana White's contenders for his boxing show is going to be interesting. I'm listening to the final run through of this press conference. Turkey Al Sheikh and mad glaze, and so is Dana. My God. Dana's the greatest combat sports promoter of all time. 51% of chat on Martinez. Holy shit. They're saying Dana's about to do it for boxing now. Oh shit. The Aliak folks are hating it. NBA of NFL and boxing, here it comes. This is what they're saying. Holy shit. Canelo getting big pop from the crowd saying boxing's big, 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 and bigger. We'll get Gianni's opinion on the main event. Max Kellerman getting shit on already. Am I having a snooze? I feel like it. I'm listening to this boxing press conference. You see that? Why are they bringing this up right now? This is like behind the scenes talk. Max Kellerman knows how to put people to sleep. My God, he gets boring on the fucking mic. My God. We like the fans don't need to hear this. This fucking hell. Let's bring out John Anik, bro. My God, this feels like a fucking school press conference. Like I'm in a school administrative fucking conference I have to sit down and listen to. My God. Yes, they're all-time greats. They got to add some more fun to this. It's just Yap City. Can they end this shit? My God. I'm not enjoying the end of this presser. This is cringe. Let's talk about the main event of the goddamn UFC. Press conferences genuinely suck. In all combat sports at this point, presses just suck ass. My God. Yeah, it feels like a meeting. This is atrocious. I'm ready to fall asleep. This is terrible. All right, next fight is Diego Lopes, John Silva. Should we talk about it or should we wait, chat? What do you think? Should we wait or should we just get into it? Wrap the press conference up. There are some Crawford supporters out there. I like this part. The back and forth with the crowd is cool. This is the best part of this whole fucking press conference. Oh, now they need Turkey to say a few words. You don't want to talk. I'd rather hear Turkey talk. What are we talking about? Holy shit, this is terrible. The thing is, this fucking presser ain't selling fuck. I'm bored. I'm trying to listen. How many people are watching this press conference live on YouTube? 10,000. That ain't that good. Yeah, only 10,000. Let's talk this main event, chat. I can't handle this anymore. Diego Lopes versus John Silva, chat. Okay, the truth of this fight is simple. John Silva's ability to counter strike from range is going to be a key. The pressure from Diego Lopes, though dangerous, it's not enough to me to say that he can overwhelm, swarm, hurt, and finish off of John Silva. I think John's going to be precise and accurate from the mid and long range. I think John Silva is going to have success landing big counter shots. I think John Silva is going to be the master of precision in this fight here. I think he's going to land cleaner, better, and more effective throughout the entire 15 minutes or 25 minutes, rather, if it's to go that long. But I think 15 minutes or less is probable. The pop in the hands of John Silva is a difference maker. Diego Lopes being hittable is a difference maker. John Silva is, for me, the biggest problem here in this weight class for even a Volkanovski or Lerone Murphy. Got the touch of death, also has the sick psychotic mentality of a fighter. I don't think Lopes beats him, but does Lopes survive? I think his face is going to be busted up. I anticipate a possibility of a doctor stoppage in this matchup. I think there's a chance that the doctor stopped this shit. I feel like we're going to see a victory for John Silva looking sharp. One point I want to make, nobody's mentioned this week, is Lopes tick to rub his neck when he sweats. That is a weird tick. And yeah, John Silva could capitalize on that shit. You think Lopes will get hurt? Turkey said he wants to see blood smash your face with broken phones. That's crazy. I like John Silva's striking so much, guys. I like John Silva's precision so much, guys. The way he rips shots is special. I see skills. Dana has a big surprise he's announcing. Announce the big surprise. No, he doesn't want to announce it now. Dana's not going to announce it, but he's got a big surprise. He says he doesn't want to announce it now. Turkey's telling him to do it now. Oh, shit. Wonder what this big Dana White announcement is then. No, Dana's not walking to the mic. What announcement does Dana have for us? Yeah, he's telling her not here, not here. That's weird. You like Diego Lopes? John's specialty is timing and counter-striking off faint reactions. Bad matchup for Lopes. Exactly, future governance. He's a lock for me. I got the two-leg parlay of Jared Gordon and John Silva to come through. I think it's going to work beautifully. I think it's a beautiful two-legger. I think he's going to look good. Precise, accurate, and clean. Crisp shots. Chat, we need some more likes up in here. Let's break into the 60 like mark live. If you're watching and enjoying, hit that damn like button. Dana's still heated from that dude pressed on the alley act. Absolutely, he was annoyed. This press was just too fucking long, man. Press conferences just suck. I'm going to watch them face off, and then we'll get back to the UFC talk. You think Gastelum loses this weekend? You know it? Bro, they're about the same size. They ain't look like no size difference. It's a good match. Gonna be a bad look for Gastelum if he loses with the shape he's in. I hope he doesn't show up with a gut, but don't be surprised. We'll see at the weigh-ins tomorrow. Dude, I think John Silva is the special one, man. I think John Silva really is the best of the Fighting Nerds bunch. He's the most precise with his striking. He's the most defensively aware. He's got a submission game alongside of his nasty high-level striking skills. Diego Lopes is a pressure blitzer, and I don't think that works against John Silva. He's too old. I feel like he's training as hard. I mean, he's still the same age as Stoltzfus. Look at all the different opponents and fighting styles Diego has dealt with. Evloev, Volk, Sabatini, Yusuf, Ortega, Ige. People don't realize that's high level. I mean, fair, but I still don't think that that equals win over Jean Silva. Maybe Dana's announced on Instagram. I don't know. So now we have this Dana White announcement that isn't announced, but is waiting. I don't know when he's going to make it, but Turkey just leaked it. Dana White's secret coming. I don't know. I'm assuming it's boxing related for sure. Yeah. Dana's in a mood. Yeah, he's pissed about getting pressed. He's not used to this shit. He's used to his press conferences. Well, that was the presser. I mean, I guess I'm glad I watched. I didn't get much out of it besides fucking, just listening to something. I was talking about this. Couple of key moments, but yeah, that press conference really didn't do much for me at all. I am excited to see John Anik on the boxing lineup this weekend. I'm curious how he does with this play-by-play of boxing. I think he'll do fine. It's definitely a cool event. But my God, that presser was boring. The presser was a fucking snooze fest, chat. You know what's not a snooze fest? John Silva's violent win he's going to get on Saturday. At minus 240 as the favorite, you two-leg him with Jared Gordon. That to me is the money way. Now, as far as prop betting side of things, over 61.5 significant strikes. If you believe in the chin of Lopes, you'll say yes to that. If you think it's going to go the full 5. But with the possibility of a big shot from John or even a doctor stoppage, that could be put to the test. No, Anik is not going to be commentating both. No, I don't think him and his twin ever switch places. They seem different. You can tell the differences. Yeah, Anik is such a professional, man. He's going to do a great job. I'm looking forward to having Anik on the mic. Where if you as Diego gets hit in Silva's power, I think that's the ultimate difference maker. The hit ability is obvious for Diego. And I think we saw Volk have success with counters. And I think John Silva will have similar success with more power on his shots. John Silva's in his prime right now, man. Volk is still good, but he's not in his prime. I'm going with John Silva. I like John Silva's chances, guys. I do. I feel good about him winning. I'd even push that I feel great about him winning. I think it's extremely high chance. I'd be surprised if he goes out and loses. I really would. The first exchange will be over for John Silva. Stop. Stop, Torres Finney. You're trolling me heavy. No, I don't think so. If it goes to the ground, I think that John Silva is defensively aware. And I don't think Diego Lopes has the best takedown game to get him to the mat. I think this is a good fight for John Silva, guys. I really do. Diego Lopes might be taller and longer, but he doesn't really use that range too well. And I think with his willingness to close distance, it opens up big shots over the top too, because Diego Lopes will be punching downward at John Silva, the shorter man. 5'6", 5'7" is kind of the money height for this recent era of UFC featherweight champions. Thank you, Jacob Salt. You're on the other side? Hey, good luck to you if you're on the other side. We'll see, man. I don't think Diego's going to be that much bigger on fight night, no. Been great fight for Silva. Lopes overrated. John will get the W. I feel it turbocharged. John Silva's head movement and reflexes are really good. Agreed. He threw Drew Dober off him at 55. I think Silva will be fine. Agreed. He dealt with big pressure from Dober and beat his ass. I don't know for sure, but I thought Rob Font was working with TriStar for this camp. Yeah, the defense is underrated. That's why I think there's a lock for John Silva. And I think Gordon and him together is your money two-leg parlay of the weekend. It spoke to me, guys. I really think it's going to come through. I feel great about it, actually. I feel more than great about it. I feel fucking amazing about it. I feel 10 out of 10 about it. If Diego loses the decision, I'll accept it. If Diego gets finished, I'm taking a break, bro. Gonna break my heart. I think he's gonna get maybe a doctor stoppage or a TKO. We're gonna find out just how good that chin is, man. And I think he's gonna be busted up by the end of the fight. John Silva's a special striker. I like his hands a lot here. More than a lot. I love his hands in this fight. I think he's gonna look like a fucking monster. I really do. Bum, 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 bum. Fontaine's camp was a hobby. My confidence goes up. I might even bet him. I'm not confident the Cartel's game plan. Yeah, they really, that team, New England Cartel, has done quite bad in recent years. Let's look at his Instagram. Dude, I think he might be doing his camp in Mass, dude. He was at Kingsway's Jiu-Jitsu. 12 weeks ago, there's a picture of him with Faraz. But as of recent, everything seems to be New England cartel for him. I don't like that for him. I don't like that at all, actually. I think it's a mistake. Yeah, it's a mistake, man. I'm going to set up the members stream, by the way. I'm doing members after this. So if you're a member, we'll hang out in member stream and chop it up for a bit. This was bit of a thrown off stream because of the boxing presser. But I felt, worth talking about some boxing. Right? It had to be. You fucking hate him for that. If he walks out as a hobby, I might bet him. If not, I'm staying away. Smart. All right. I got banger videos you guys got to check out. Paku, did you see my boxing breakdown of this Canelo fight yet? Hey, shout out to the members, bro. We'll be doing members in a moment. I'll stick around for a few more minutes to take some of the final questions, but I will pin up the members link. Guys, we need at least 60 likes up in here. You guys have been a little dry with the likes tonight. Yeah, I know. I spoke upon it being September 11th earlier, man. Jean Silva at 56% of the community's picks as well. Hey, shout out to Harsh Truth for dropping the dollar dono. I appreciate you. Shout out to Harsh Truth. Hell yeah. Hey, thank you guys for hitting the likes. At the end of the day, this Noche UFC card really doesn't have a big card feel at all. It feels like Paris is the bigger card. I think that it's being overshadowed by the boxing. And this isn't like the needle-moving UFC card of the month I think many hope for. You don't watch boxing, but you like the Canelo fight? Fun fight? Yeah, Paco. I think you might enjoy the video, though, just for the breakdown. Day's been good, man. Jersey Girl's good. Life is great. Happy to be here hanging out with the chat. I'm happy to be doing members after this, man. I'm sorry this stream was a little thrown flow. It felt thrown because of the presser I wanted to listen to. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not picking Diego Lopes, Torres Finney. I'm picking Jean Silva. You got it last week with BSD, but the Fade Fighting Nerds train, I don't think is the way here. I don't think it's the way at all. No, I think that we're going to see a good performance from Jean Silva. Men can't multitask. I did the best I could. I thought I did a good job. Imagine Hernandez wins against a ranked fighter next. Ranked Hernandez 2025 would be crazy. That'd be him living up to like his early UFC hype. Yeah, I agree. Diego gets touched way too much, man. I look forward to witnessing Jean Silva's big moments. I look forward to the Lock City parlay hitting. Hey, good luck to you, Torres Finney, on the other side. Yeah, I know where I stand with my guy. All right? I stand on the savage side. Now, before we close out the show, I think it would be wrong of me not to, at the very least, have some mentioning of this Canelo versus Crawford fight. I have a full breakdown out on the channel of the fight, and I went in depth of how I kind of see them setting it up for a potential robbery, either towards Canelo for Mexican Independence Day or even a draw. But actually picking the fight, I'm going with Crawford to win. I got a 21-minute breakdown of the fight already on the channel and linked up in the live chat that I feel like is definitely worth a watch. So if you guys want to check that out, click the link. If you're not a member, definitely go there and check it out. If you are a member, I'm going to be live for members in about 5 minutes. I'm going to chop it up with a beautiful community and hang out. Tomorrow I have lunchtime live, and then obviously tomorrow I'm doing the weigh-in recap show for Noche. So a lot of things coming on the channel. Full day of live streaming come Saturday with the fight companions galore. I'm looking forward to all of it. I am debating whether or not I'll do one long stream or I'll cut one and then create another one. I don't know yet. We'll see what the vibe is after Noche UFC. And, you know, if we just make one long ass full stream, that's not a bad idea, to be fair. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this week's Late Night Live. Gianni calling in. Oh my God, I'm getting the call. I'm laying it down on the value side. Diego Lopes at plus 150 or more just seems unavoidable to go towards a value. The former title challenger at plus 205, closing as an underdog in this spot. To me, it's just simply too much to overlook. Underdogs have been winning quite frequently in UFC main events, and I'll pick him to beat John Silva by surprise. There it is. You guys asked for it. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. All right. Check out the link skis for the members show. Peace, gangsters.